Hey, welcome back to my channel, The Zawadi Within. Today I just wanted to briefly talk about forgiveness and setting boundaries and just moving forward in life. And sometimes I think if you're a genuinely kind person or you're like a Christian person and you've grown up knowing that you should forgive people, I would like you to understand that it's awesome to forgive people. That's what God has called us to do. We should do that. But we can also forgive someone and create a barrier between us and them. And what do I mean by that? When we forgive someone, we're basically giving up the right to look for revenge. We're giving up the right to be angry or try and do back to them what they did to us. And also, when we think of them, we think of them with kindness and compassion. We're able to try and take a moment to think of their perspective and where they came from and to love them in spite of what they've done. But that doesn't always mean reconciliation. I think sometimes people mix up the two things. Forgiveness is I give up the right to look for revenge and I give up the right to have hard feelings towards someone. But reconciliation means we come back and we're like friends and we're buddy buddy. Some people have shown that they're not really safe. They're not really the type of people that you want in your circle. And that doesn't make them bad. It just shows that maybe they just haven't gone through as much healing as you've gone through. And that's why they're unable to possibly communicate, or they may not be able to deal with things going on in themselves. So they take it out on you. It's like a deflection. So, in that kind of situation, I believe it's best for us to love them, think kindly towards them, but also to create some space. Like where sometimes you have to love people from a distance. So just remember, it's okay to love others from a distance. It doesn't mean you hate them, but they're not always safe and they may not be willing to do the internal work to figure out what's going on with their triggers and why they're triggered and why they act the way they do. So if you've moved along further in your personal healing journey, you may not align with them, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you don't care about them, but it does mean that you don't have to allow them in your circle so that they can violate your boundaries again. That's not acceptable. So yeah, remember, forgiveness and reconciliation, two different things. We are called to love everyone. We're called to forgive everyone, but we're not necessarily called to invite everyone into our space. And that's okay. That's part of self-love. That's part of respecting ourselves and realizing, hey, this person is continuing to violate a boundary and I'm trying to communicate with them, or that maybe they're unwilling to communicate. Some people don't know how to communicate. In that situation, you just have to know, okay, they don't want to communicate. I respect them, but I also respect me enough to say, hey, if someone does it, they're not going to be in my space. And that's that. So, yeah, continue to love others, but also, most importantly, love yourself because we love others the way we love ourselves. And we don't respect and love ourselves enough to establish a boundary. How can we love and respect others? So, yeah, don't forget, love yourself first so that you can love others completely.